All right, guys, agenda for 10-12. What have I been noticing? Worst open rates kind of across the board here. So if we look at inside look, Polygon's massive announcement, oh my God, it went up a ton.
All right.
Yeah, I think it really is Tuesday. You get a lot more. It's insane.
Oh, can we look at the AB?
Dude,
AB was
oh,
identical, dude.
You're gonna love this, Sean. It was not only identical, but the one without the eye emoji had one more view. So they sent it without the eye emoji. And I think the eye emoji is better. But what it does that I don't like is that it restricts it. So it sent it to everybody else very late. So I don't really like
The data doesn't care what you think, Arthur. Clearly the emojis make no difference.
so look at this. 48 on Tuesday, 42.
Yeah, we gotta cut the Friday shit. It's just not working.
Do we send it tomorrow? Jeez.
No, I don't think we can.
I can write one.
If you can write one tonight, we can ship one tomorrow. I'm down.
It won't be tomorrow morning.
Why not?
Well, I still got to do a bunch of stuff.
Exactly. That's why I said it's not gonna happen.
Yeah. Fine, we'll do it for Friday again, but then we need to talk through it.
Yeah,
So
I think next week.
I think what we're noticing is, yeah, so Tuesday. Yeah, I mean it's like pretty crazy. It's like 25% better open rate.
25. Oh, 25% increase.
Yeah.
That's a misleading stat, Artie.
Welcome to statistics.
Yeah.
Welcome to online marketing. Whatever. It is worse. So we need to think about that. I think Tuesday and Thursday would be the new cadence.
I do like that. Tuesday, Thursday seems nice if we can get it, and we probably want to move the growth meeting though.
Agree. I would have it be on Friday.
Fridays. Oh, nice.
Friday, we're like just really loose and get into the weekend. Maybe we'll have some good ideas.
Yeah, I like it.
So personal Twitter threads, like they're not gaining a lot of steam, I'd say, but I kind of still want to do them. One, they're just easy, like one-ups for our personal brands. Like we're just writing like a thread on something we've already talked about. I mean, it takes me like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So we should continue doing them and sharing. But I did like I wasn't like we sent this to 11.6 people, and right now our subscriber count is 11, like one more.
Yeah.
So we need to think about it.
Subscriber growth like by day or by week or anything?
That's what the chart is.
Oh, okay. There you go. Okay.
But it's just like all noise.
Is there?
It's every 2 days.
Yeah, I mean, what happened was we sent out this article. We had some unsubscribes, and so like 2 people subscribed, 1 person unsubscribed.
So like what was the one that we put out? I mean, I guess the first one that we like publicly shared is when I went crazy in my DMs, and that's why we got like 100 to 150 new subs. But that's not like something we can do every time.
Sustainable, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like that was when you went crazy in your DMs. So another thing we could do, like I'm seeing this in DeFi Edge and maybe a few other ones, is that you have like a guest speaker. Like DeFi Edge has Dynamo Patrick on his.
Yeah, do we have to get a little dirty and BD with our roast?
Could we? What do you mean, dirty and BD?
We have to do a little BD ourselves to get the roast popping. You know, get some partnerships, reach out to some people, get them to show the roast.
One thing I've been thinking about is one, I think we should start pushing the YouTube a little bit. 2, what do you guys think about what if we got like guests on here? Like a guest to like talk us through either like the growth strat, or like, you know, whether we're just doing like shooting the shit with the daily and like helping us edit, helping us talk through the stories or something like that, or like someone who maybe has like a, you know, specific expertise or something in something that we're going to talk about that day.
I don't think there's like, unless they have an audience that it will be like shared to.
Yeah,
I-
that's the
I-
important thing.
If there's not, then I don't think the ROI is there, because like this type of format is not super appealing at the moment.
So yeah, here are my thoughts on it. If we were able to clip this like 30-40 minute talk and have like time stamps, then it would be more appealing.
Yeah.
But right now it really isn't. I mean, we have 9 subscribers, like 1 view per post. Like I would say we need to push more on Twitter.
Yeah, that's what, like we yeah, we're just posting them and we're not doing anything, right? So like the YouTube isn't even in the bio. That's an easy quick start, right? We're getting all this inbound, we're writing the threads, people are clicking on the profile, click on the YouTube channel. Oh, let me look, let me subscribe, something like that. And then also, yeah, like I don't even think it necessarily has to be people with a big audience, like massive audience or anything, even people with like 1,000 or a couple thousand followers, even like a couple hundred, right? Because if they're going to share it, like the people that there's definitely like a circle of people that they're close with. And even if like that small circle of people, like 5 people or 10 people subscribe, like, that you can get progress, you get a little extra content out of it. I think, and just inviting somebody on, like what the reason this came in my head is like, okay, theoretically, if we could get like Sean on, Puri, right? That would be super badass because we could shoot the shit with him, and then he could give us tips or like, hey, don't write like this, write it like this, right? Like, maybe potentially sometime in the future, I might be able to call in that favor.
That would be insane if we could do
That'd be
that.
cool, but
And he has
That
a
would be
massive audience. I don't think he might
insane.
not do it just because it's like, oh, I might just feel like a competitor, and he very well might just be like, nah. But like something like that would be super dope.
Pitch to him in the way of like, hey, we're gonna go this on YouTube. Like this is kind of like a novel way of doing things. Like we're making a YouTube show about growing a newsletter, and we have like a guest speaker who has scaled the newsletter, like looking at our growth stuff, what we do, looking at our things and giving us like feedback.
Yeah. But then there's also like he could see it, he could just take the idea because they do have a YouTube channel. And then the other thing is yeah, he could just, yeah, he very well could just be like, fuck off.
I think we should like kind of clean up our act a little bit before we call
Yeah,
in those.
before we start doing that. But like I think like I could get us DeFi Dave. I hung out with DeFi Dave like all night last night. Just fucking shooting the shit.
DeFi Dad or DeFi Dave? Who's DeFi Dave?
The Flywheel Pod guy.
His name's Dave, Arthur.
Yeah.
So we got
that is not him.
All right, enough of Dave.
Yeah, like we can talk about we can bring him on. We could talk about Flywheel Pod, talk about this, talk about the topic. If we write something about Frax, like perfect, he would 100% do it.
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out like what.
So yeah, I think let's start pushing it on Twitter a little bit more. And
yeah, I'm open to it, but it's just like it's not a very attractive.
It's not a great product yet for sure, but like
that's what I'm saying. Like if we streamlined it and added timestamps, like it's tough to convince people. Like, yeah, we're doing a cool like concept, but it's tough to convince people to watch a 40-minute video.
All right, quick list of perceived value items. Arthur, ready? Number 1 is a logo animation with intro music. Number 2 is a thumbnail cover for all of them, for every video separately, with our 3 faces and then a logo of like topics or projects that were covered in the newsletter. Number 3 is timestamps and in the description. And number 4 is chopping them down to like the, I don't know what the ideal length is. 15, 30 minutes maybe.
Shorts, cutting them into shorts.
Yeah, shorts.
Yeah, TikTok, YouTube Shorts. Yeah.
Start with YouTube Shorts. They're about to they are already popping off. YouTube's about to share revenue, as you know, from the Mr. Beast video.
What else is there? I'm just like straight up Googling like YouTube grow tax.
We all drink from a mug. I'm just kidding. Like we all have a coffee
I
background.
noticed that the bankless guys
That'd be
emphasize
cool, yeah.
the like grab your coffee when they start the
We all need to get some catchphrases.
what is it called? Oh, the weekly roll up. They're now like, I've got my coffee, you got your coffee. Let's whatever. Everyone at home got their coffee.
Yeah,
Like,
kind of like
try-
Pomp does bang bang, like some kind of like audit, like what do they call it, like a sonic signature.
Yeah,
Um,
ours is like coffee, but it's a little saturated.
yeah, like if we started, I mean, it would be kind of weird, but if all of us started off with like every episode with like a sip of coffee, so like all of us together like sipped out of a mug at the same time, like
I'd be down.
this
This
might
is
be
more
really funny, but
you got to think about like at the end of the day, you got to think about the viewer, right? Like we have fun doing this and we think it's like a novel idea, a novel way to track our progress, but like what's the value to the viewer? A lot of the time it's not a lot,
yeah,
unless we start to be more intentional about like time stamping,
structuring
trimming.
it more, I think, yeah, like maybe like a rundown at the beginning of like, hey, this is what we're gonna talk about today. I think that kind of goes under timestamp.
Yeah, that would be nice though.
Just like, hey, today we're gonna go through, welcome to DeFi Roast. Today we're gonna go through, whatever.
So this is something that we could do at the end of the video once we already talked about everything. And then we say like, hey, welcome to the video. Like today we're going to go through this, and then the actual video starts.
What if
It's
we
hard to say what we're going to talk about before we because we always go into different conversations.
this is less unique and less about like documenting our process, but what if we created a video content around the newsletter itself and talk through the topics on video after we'd already like hashed them out? Like it'd be closer to a podcast format. It would make more sense to have guests. If we were, we're not going to like read it directly, but we're just kind of hashing out like what we had written about.
So you're saying more like
we meet and do everything and then we record it again. I don't like that. It's not genuine.
No, we don't record it again, but we just like we record
the brainstorming session, and like maybe that's the more valuable content.
Or after it's published, we record like a 15-minute video of here's what was in the roast for people who don't want to read it, or we don't even have to link it. Like we can just recycle those topics into like a video podcast type quick discussion. Like I don't know, like when you think about having guests on, I think it's a little conflicting to be like us documenting our journey and trying to put together the newsletter while trying to talk to someone about it. But if you already have
to me, the guests would be on the Wednesday edition.
The growth?
On the growth. And they would be about, we're bringing them on for a reason, right? Like, hey, like we're trying to grow this newsletter. Like, give us tips. How did you grow your business?
Yeah, but then we can't bring any degens on because we're not talking about topics on Wednesday. So that kind of like
I don't think you'd have to do either. I think you could do or.
Yeah.
Sorry, you could do both.
Yeah, I think it could be and as well, but from a like trying to give people the most value, I think they'd rather have a quick snippet of video content about like DeFi news, the stuff we're putting in the roast, rather than hearing three idiots talk about editing the roast. I don't know.
No, I like these ideas. What do you guys think about this one though?
Yeah, I think we should cross collab for sure. That's why I said we got to put on our BD hats a little bit more.
So I'm going to compile a list of newsletters I see and ping them and be like, hey, could we write a section of your newsletter under a DeFi Roast moniker?
Should we sponsor Edgy's newsletter?
How much?
That's us. Wait, wasn't it like $500?
Was no, but also we'll cut it there. I think that like apart from just video guests, we could also like it'd be a lot easier for me to reach out to some people and be like, hey, do you want to write a third of this week's guest write a portion of this newsletter? Like I could get a lot of threaders to be interested in doing that.
How would that
Because they'll share it, of course.
yeah, I mean, these guys need to have a lot of like a big following, I guess.
I mean, it takes work off our hands and gets us access to their audience.
I'm down to do that. I think so many people would be down, and we could say like, hey, like you can be part of the newsletter this 1 week. We've got 1,000.
And they could jump on with us. I mean, maybe they only have, I don't know. I think they could be interested in.
That would be fun to do, actually. Talk about their content and be like, hey man, like I think you could write this better, or like I like this content.
Yeah, like think about how awesome it would be if we had Edgy on. Like
Yeah.
he would rip us a new asshole. He would talk massive shit. But you know, if we were to share it, that would be like we could get a huge bump.
I like the growth. I like the aspect of having a guest writer and then having them on.
What if the DeFi roast turns into always outsourcing our content for the roast and then bringing them on to fucking just absolutely roast them about the way that they wrote? Like we're never actually the writers. We're just the panel that revises and publishes it. And it's
Can I be Simon? Can I be the Simon of the group?
Who's Simon?
American Idol.
Oh, yeah, but I'm not being Howie, dude. Oh, that's America's Got Talent. Sorry.
I don't even know who the other two are on that American Idol.
Blake Shelton. I like the voice.
Oh yeah, Blake Shelton and like Pharrell was on there for a while, and Adam
I don't even know how they're judging. All right, we're okay. Writer.
This is why no one's gonna watch this shit.
Outsource one of the posts to a writer. Have them on YouTube. Like
what kind of cadence should we shoot for? Like maybe one a week?
Yes.
You guys got any people you want to?
I don't know about the guest post. I don't.
It would be edited by us. We're not gonna. They would write it.
Like I think it's like an every once in a while thing to like help do a little growth and like cross marketing. But like I don't think that's super valuable. And if like the goal is news, then like, do we really want them just like writing about the news? Like, I don't want to like switch up the product, right? And like give people something they're not used to, right? Like that's what, the newsletter business is kind of like comfort content, right? Like think of like comfort food, right? It's just like something consistent, what you're going to get. It's like, same time, same place every day. So like maybe every once in a while, I think it'd be a good switch up, but I think we should try to stay pretty uniform.
Let's put it to like once a month, because the value is that we tap into their community.
Yeah. Not
like,
that writing. Yeah.
There's a little bit of a trade-off there, but
another thing I noticed that we can do is like we wrote about the DeFi Llama tool, right? Like we should have done we should have tagged them. Did we even tag them?
I don't know if I did.
And we should have gone to their post when they announced that tool and be like, hey, we wrote up about you. What do you think?
Yeah,
and like if we're writing about like specific, product developments, or like we need to be more like targeted, because if we post it on like Polygon, ZK, that we wrote about them, the people who are already there and interested in that development, they're going to click on the link.
Yeah. But I mean, we're not telling them anything they don't already know if they're finding us through a post like that. But yes, I agree that we should be tagging the projects and tools that we're writing about. For sure. Hundo P.
Okay, let's see what else I had here. Influencer connections. So like these people who have like Discord groups and Telegrams and
I'm talking to Steven tomorrow.
Calculator guy? Hell yeah.
Yeah. but that's just like we're just catching up. So I'll let them know what's happening, but no promises, of course.
And you have to promise.
I promise that I'll be chatting with him if he doesn't cancel.
All right. I think this is a lot. What are the AIs?
What is
The
AI?
AI, you fucking Uber.
Get a guest writer. Is that not a normally used thing? Action items?
I've heard action items, but I have not heard the acronym, but I put it together.
So many like small ways we can growth hack this. Like we write about a project, we start like going into different community discords and dropping that content in there. What the fuck was it? You know, we can
Yeah, I remember when I did a thread on like Clearpool, I just posted on their Instagram, on their Telegram, that I wrote about them, and then I got a bunch of retweets from the people there. Like those guys are their biggest champions. So like that's a good idea.
what do you guys think about like
We need to have a checklist after we post an article, a newsletter. We need to have a checklist of things we do.
I love that.
I love that. Yeah, we need that 100%. Oh, excuse. Bueno. Oh, no necesito. Oh, agua. Gracias, sí. Gracias.
Una invitación para el cóctel el día de mañana.
Gracias.
Sí.
That's what the ringing was. Just popped into my room. I was like, sheesh.
Did you order water?
No, I didn't.
Did you have any idea what she was saying there? I don't think so.
No idea, bro. I thought I know Spanish. I don't know fucking Spanish at all. I grew up in Texas, took Spanish for AP. I'm still like useless.
You can get water and say thank you.
Yeah.
That's all you need to survive.
That little bit of food. Yeah. What do you guys think about a Instagram meme account? I don't feel like Instagram is like too good right now.
I don't think Instagram's good.
Sorry, what'd you say?
I said I don't think Instagram is good, but if
Neither do I think like you could post on Twitter the memes.
That's yeah,
Like
probably yeah.
Meme of the day or something, and then post a meme, or compile all the funny memes that we've been seeing on Twitter. Like there's so many good ones. My God, there was such a good meme of the mango hack thing of like, you see that meme? The Twitter dude with the wolf.
Hasaka, yeah.
Yeah, it was phenomenal. That meme was phenomenal. Like retweeting shit like that and just sharing that out. But like that's like it's a lot of work.
Should we roast Mango this week?
I definitely want to talk about Mango. I want to talk about.
We should definitely roast. I'm probably not. I'm kind of feel bad.
I have this theory, and like I've seen people talk about it on Twitter, but like when you're a protocol, and I'm not saying that Mango did this, but when you're a protocol that like is losing TVL, but you still got a few millions, like the chance of a rug risk, like you know your code inside out, like there's a lot of backdoor stuff, like the chance of a rug really increases. And it's something that like people should be like alerted about and maybe not go into like ape into a dying protocol, even if the yields are very high, because there's risks there. Conspiracy theory take.
Yeah, like Mango is like one of the first. I spent a lot of time with Mango. Like when they launched, I was in the pre-sale. Sold everything.
I got 100 million TVL. Like it's like investor, it's like hedge funds and stuff. Like it's not
Multicoin themselves owns like I think they bought at pre-sale, they bought $10 million worth of Mango.
Well, how's that? What's that worth now if they didn't sell?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was locked for a year. They had like a timed governance lock in there too. So yeah, those guys definitely just got destroyed. But
Those guys are so down right now. My God.
I mean, they're not down.
I don't know. I think they're down.
They turned they turned like $10 million into like a billion, 10 billion or something like that. Granted, like in the bull peak, but they were like they created the 1000x fund. Yeah, I think they're doing okay.
let's hope they
I wonder how much of it they lost.
Yeah, probably. But you know,
All right, let's I like this checklist of things we got to do. Let's add here. What else am I missing here?
Thread tagging all relevant parties mentioned in the newsletter, posting about the newsletter, posting about the latest issue.
so and also bifurcate between like Twitter thread from DeFi Roast and then Twitter thread from each of us.
Yeah, Sean, you're slacking the sushi thread.
There's the DeFi Roast is always going to post like a little thread on all the 3 topics. And then each of us individually are going to post a longer thread on one of the topics.
The roast just posts one tweet on the some cheeky 1-liner or 2-liner. Yeah.
But then we need to Twitter thread.
What are like really quick places that we can just paste the roast that people will get eyes on that like doesn't seem spammy? Like communities or TG groups or other media places or
On this checklist, post on YouTube. Well, I guess yeah. Because usually right after we put it out, we'll put out the YouTube video.
yeah. What do we think? What are some places that can get more eyes? Like, you know, like when I was early in the thread game, I would like literally paste my thread in 10 different.
Yeah,
And
Discord,
it's-
Telegram,
oh.
yeah, like generic ones like Bankless, but they might just like, you know, shit on us for being a direct competitor to their newsletter.
I don't know if I agree with this spammy.
I think we should add on the checklist, like dropping it in the Discord of any projects we discussed. Positive.
Yeah, I don't want it to be spammy. That's why I said like, what are some places where it would seem
It seems real when we're talking about something and then we post in their Telegram or Discord and say, hey, we just talked about you. Like, we'd love to know your guys' thoughts and like, please share if you find it cool. Like that kind of stuff is effective.
Would love to chat. Yeah.
That is effective. I don't want to just like post in random. All right, let's I think we're good. I like this list. I think we should, I like the guest writer idea, once a month. I'm open to that. We can talk about that later. And then I'm open to starting next week. We do Tuesday, Thursday, and then have the growth meeting Friday.
let's ship it.
Ready for the thumbnail?
Oh yeah, let's do it. You wanna stop sharing?
Oh yeah.
Ready? I didn't know we were all doing this in the last one, and it kind of like
I don't know what to do right now. Just do it.
I think
We
I'll
got
put it in there.